fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Amrant Baki sent us a random game.
Another one of those random co-op games.
An individual messaged me and said, "I'm assuming I have to download this." I was like, "Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that take up that much space on your device."
No.
Also, you're so short. You also sent us a game as well. So,
what was that?
Yes, you did. What was it? Terraria?
Terraria.
You said
Terraria. No, it kept popping up on all those lists I saw. I was like,
couldn't remember.
And then I'm looking at it on Steam, and it comes with a 4-pack of keys, and I'm like, hell yeah, I know 4 people that need to play this game. This is perfect.
There's a lot of streamers play that game.
Yeah. I remember it coming out for PS4 or Xbox or something. Like, it was always in the Walmart case when I would go by there. Specific memories. We are live, gents. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 369 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game and yard sale discovery podcast. That's right. What's the best thing you found at a yard sale? I haven't been yard sailing in a while. Always on the lookout for Cesar's elusive 20 sealed copies of Panzer Dragoon Saga for the Sega Saturn. They were at that thrift store, Cesar. We didn't go in there. I know they were there. Schrodinger's Panzer Dragoon Sagas. I have gotten, I don't know if it was, yeah, it kind of counts as a garage sale. I got some Sega Saturn games many years ago at a garage sale. You guys ever found anything good? Just odds and ends?
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been a really, really long time.
Garage sale, yard sale. Write into us, nofodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your amazing finds. What did you find at the local yard sale? CDs are hot right now. People are getting rid of CDs. So this is a good time to stock up on CDs. Friend of the show, Dave, I know enjoys getting out there and grabbing CDs when he's out and about. People don't want them anymore. I'll just stream this. I'm sure I'll add them to the CD collection. We have a light news dossier. Is that the right term? Light news slate. It is the term. We have a light news slate this week.
A term.
It's a term. Not sure if it's applicable here. It's a term.
No, it is. I mean, there's many different ways you can say it. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's a term. It's
a term for what I'm trying to say here. The slate of news. Baker's dozen, as it were. Halo art director departs? ? Who's even left there anymore? Sony and AMD talk next gen. I watched this show, and we desperately need Dana Carvey as Mark Cerny in some sort of comedic sketch. I can't unsee it now for some reason. Just added to NSO. What could that be? A game we've all been lusting for since the days of the Super Famicom. And there are more October Game Pass games. So sorry, I did a disservice to one of the NSO games. I apologize in advance. We'll find out why later on. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by Sony Technical Director and PlayStation 6 extraordinaire, builder extraordinaire. No, he's our newsmaster, Brant McKee. Brant, welcome.
What's up?
Brant, thank you for taking mercy on behalf of staff here at NOFODcast and fellow listeners. Thank you for taking mercy on us with the light news slate. We actually we played some games, so it's going to be fun to talk games and just fly over the news, I think.
Yeah.
Renee's here. What's going on, Renee? Also here, our resident lore master and soundboard master, Cesar Concepcion II. Cesar, welcome. He's here. The gang's all here. Once again, for another new episode. The 369th iteration. We're almost at 370. We got to start planning to not do anything special for 400 like we do on all the big milestones.
Right.
I'm like, hey, we need to do something. Well, wasn't it 300? We got Michael on here, and that was fun.
Seems right.
Was it 300? Was it 350? Has it been that recent? I think it was 300.
300, I think.
Yeah, it was one of the big numbers. He jumped on here with us again. But let's get into this news and wrap up this just started 369th iteration of the NOFODcast. Let's get to this slate of news. This comes from Chris Scullion at VGC@VideoGamesChronicle.com. Halo art director leaves after 17 years with cryptic message suggesting it was on bad terms. Did he write it? Remember that Virginia colony that vanished and they wrote Roanoke on the tree, and then nobody ever found any remnants of them? Roanoke, not Roanoke.
Roanoke was the town.
It's actually a place in Virginia, right? It's crazy. It's like an unsolved mystery, right? There needs to be a game around that premise. That'd be wild stuff. Where did they go?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, that's not what happened here. An art director who worked on the Halo series for 17 years has left Halo Studios. His name is Glenn Israel. He joined Bungie. Bungie made Halo games? So Bungie made Halo from what, 99 to 2010? 2011? 10 years? So other people have been making Halo games almost twice as long as Bungie ever made Halo games. I started with Bungie in 2008, then moved to 343 Industries in 2010 to continue working on the series. There it is, 2010. It was the next statement. He's since served as a concept artist and senior concept artist on the series for 17 years, his first credit being on Halo 3 ODST. Here's the cryptic message left on his LinkedIn page as he left Halo Studios, the new studio that whatever's left of Xbox is calling the whoever is left of Halo developers. Right. Quote, what's that?
I said right.
Yeah, it's rough over there. Quote, as of today and after 17 long years, I'm officially no longer contributing to the Halo universe. There's a little more I can say for the moment, though I intend to share this particular story in its entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year. In the meantime, I have a message for anyone and everyone who needs to hear it. I know that the state of our industry seems dire, but never forget that you are free to choose. No illusion of security nor promise of wealth or fame or power is worth trading away your health, your dignity, your ethics, or values, and no one can force you to. Stay strong, take evidence when necessary, and find where you belong. Wow, maybe that should have been my exit email from a previous employer. That is cryptic as hell. What's happening there?
Yeah, I kind of as soon as I read that, I'm like, wow, I need to go write that in the break room whiteboard.
Yeah, it's pretty good board material.
When nobody else is around.
I know that the state of our company seems dire, but never forget that you're free to choose.
Stir the pot.
Brant comes back to a mutiny. There's blood prints on the board or surrounding your quote and everything. Probably nobody would look up the quote to see where it came from, right? To be like, oh, this came from Halo creative director. Or, what did we say his role was? Concept artist. Yeah. That's strange. And we don't know what the state of Halo is currently, right? Other than a tech demo for next generation hardware or some sort of development.
They do note that the Halo World Championships is being hosted later this October, the 24th. Other than that, like you said,
are they going to do that at DreamHack? Because Cesar and I saw that at DreamHack one year, and it was actually pretty entertaining to watch. That was my first live esports thing.
I'm not sure if that coincides with DreamHack.
That'd be fun to go to. I know we always talk about it, but that would be a good time, I think.
But yeah, like you said, 343 was supposed to be working on multiple Halo games developed in Unreal 5. But other than that, we really hadn't heard much.
Y'all been
aside from them getting rebranded and people leaving left and right.
Yeah. Have y'all been paying attention to some of the more news that's come out, with the direction of Xbox and the Game Pass price hike and all that sort of stuff? They had to follow up and say, we're definitely making another console.
Yeah.
Or we're definitely making new hardware. I'm sorry, don't quote me on that. Been a lot of weird It's just strange. They're in a strange place. And this is coming out of like 6 months ago. I would say they were in one of the strongest market positions game-wise, and now it's confusing. But
we'll see what happens, because I think at that World Championship, Halo Championships, I think the rumor is they're supposed to show a trailer for whatever they are working on. So, which in theory, in rumor is it's supposed to be the remake of the first game.
Remake of Combat Evolved.
Yes.
Probably a day one release for PlayStation like Gears was.
Possibly. I would assume Xbox probably wants to get all that revenue, put it on everything. Though we haven't seen much come to Switch 2 yet.
We don't know yet, right? Because the new Forza is not day and date with
that's
PlayStation,
odd.
so who knows?
Yeah.
So we talked at length last week about the Game Pass cost increase and whether it was a particular value to us, and we recognize where it still stands for people that are maybe only in that ecosystem. Like if you just have an Xbox and you want to be able to play all these things on a Fire Stick and your Samsung TV and all these sorts of things, that maybe that still holds value long term. But as I keep hearing these comments about like, and I think even Brant pointed out, like the big difference was going to be the Fortnite pass thing that they put in there. And then was it Jeff Gersman that I heard? I think I might have texted this to the group, but one of the shows I was listening to, they were like, why do you need access to 400 something games when you're all in on the Fortnite pass thing and that's all you're going to play? If you play that much Fortnite to get that, I can't, y'all remember the name of that edition? Like whatever that
I don't know.
It's some kind of Fortnite something pass or whatever, but
it's like a monthly subscription to Fortnite stuff.
Yeah, I think I had even mentioned that last week, where like if you play Fortnite that much, you don't have to even have to pay for Xbox to play online. So why are you getting
That's
Ultimate?
Right. That's right.
If you want that pass that much, it's 10 or $15 or something like that. You're just gonna buy that. You're already not paying for online. You're already not paying for a game. Fortnite's free, so.
I'm seriously, like, the more I've thought about it since that news and like what I'm getting out of Game Pass and that sort of thing, I don't know that I would even like need the essential thing. Is something going to come along where we have to play? I mean, we had a great experience. We're going to talk about in Games Played. We had a great experience playing free multiplayer Saturday with amazing voice chat, great party system. Like, we had no issues, and it was flawless, I think. And
some of us had control.
There were some
controller issues,
controller mapping issues. Challenges were encountered and overcome. Yeah, but
we shall persevere.
Like when I think of the Xbox, like I'm gonna need this to play a Halo thing. The most recent Halo things have been on PC, or are we gonna have to figure out a way to play it on Steam Deck and get around the Linux stuff? Yeah, but it's getting further and further from me having to even have like what gold or essential or whatever the bottom tier is. I'm leaning towards like they did so much goodwill with backwards compatibility and the games with gold that kicked off after that and stuff. And I've got plenty of digital licenses on that thing and backwards compatibility stuff. I have a library of discs I can pop in. I feel like they're feeding even more into like play what you have and play your physical collection with all this choice nonsense. I say we get more choice, but at the same time, it's this perceived value that we're getting, and you have to decide if that fits or not. It's the Fortnite thing. It's the Call of Duty. I think Cesar mentioned last week, like Call of Duty's only in that top tier, which was their big get. And I remember this too. We talked about this last year. That was the first year Call of Duty was in Game Pass. It's like, we got to see if this moves the needle. What is this going to end up looking like for Game Pass long term? And it took a year, and we got hosed. Because they lost, what they say, $300 million on Call of Duty. So they're trying to make that up with the Game Pass subscription hikes. Give me a tier without Fortnite and without Call of Duty. What does that look like?
They won't do that because they want you to spend that extra just for that.
Yeah, and that drops you down to the non-year one, right? So you have to wait up to a year for like Gears of War Reloaded or
more. because it's not guaranteed to be on there in a year.
Yeah.
They just say it won't be on there day and date. Maybe
Right.
within it'll be within a year, but it could be longer. And they also announced this week on the sly. Trying to see when this was. This was the 7th, so 3 days ago, as of recording this, that there were certain regions, including Poland, Germany, Indonesia, Austria, India, and Ireland, that actually, as long as you didn't cancel your Game Pass and you were set up on your reoccurring, you would keep your current ultimate price.
So that doesn't work for us? I saw that somewhere else too, where somebody tried to cancel, and I feel like that's the deal they threw them.
No, it's just European laws.
It's other regions.
Price protections.
Yeah.
That's not something that exists here. So
I don't even know if I would be interested in that. And then all of a sudden, like I've stayed away from this top tier of PlayStation Plus, and I'm looking at that like, this is a pretty solid value. This is starting to look better and better and better. I get PS1 games, I get PS2 games. PS3 gets ignored. I get PSVR 2 games.
You could stream the PS3 games.
Yeah.
You can also stream a good amount of PS5 games that you own as well.
True.
And I have a PlayStation Portal. Can't you stream those now straight to the PlayStation Portal? It loads into that streaming mode.
I believe so.
Sorta. It only does from the catalog. It doesn't do from what you actually own a digital license yet, even though
right.
A lot of those Sony's been killing, because I guess if you do buy digital copies, I think like there's certain games that are day and date you can stream, but it's on console only right now. So
console only, console exclusive.
In theories, like you said, I think at some point they don't want to pivot that to streaming to other devices.
Yeah. So be nice to get another like low powered PlayStation device, like a PSTV type situation again, like a Portal without the screen and everything potentially. Brant's like, nah, it's probably not happening. Well, they have remote play apps for other devices, right? But I guess I'm speaking like a native thing.
And the cool thing is that rumors going around with that announcement that Cerny made in the next story, where you're going to get multiple versions of PlayStation 6.
Yeah,
Portable,
we're supposed
hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
A smaller one, a more powerful one that will tackle that said issue that you've brought up here. So
let's segue into it. Let's go into it. There was a tech talk. I listened to a little bit of this in the background. So this was a Sal Romano summarized everything via Gamatsu, but Mark Cerny sat down for one of his tech talk type things. What did they call this? Sony and AMD's shared commitment to push gaming technology forward. I just remember neural arrays. I heard neural arrays like 6 times.
Yeah, a lot of jargon.
It sounded similar to like the Saturn. Remember the Saturn had like the separate video processor that you had to assign all those different things to, and that took processing load, and developers didn't want to do it for 3D games, and we ended up in that whole circle with the Sega Saturn. Do we need to read the article? Are we going to summarize it?
I mean, I made sure I got a short one, because there was a couple other ones that were very, very long. This is the condensed version.
ML's machine learning, right? Maybe a dumb question, but they kept saying ML.
Yeah.
Okay. Neural arrays, instead of a bunch of compute units working separately, we've built a way for them to team up, start sharing data, processing together like a single focused AI engine. This changes the game for neural rendering. Bigger ML, machine learning models, less overhead, more efficiency, and far greater scalability as workloads grow. It was a bunch of tech jargon. I don't know what the biggest... Maybe Seth's already said the biggest takeaway is that it's scalable, right?
That's the thing. I mean, the rumors of the Xbox stuff came out, and they're looking at what a minimum $800 console that's aiming for high power, if that's true. Sony's going more of a kind of like what Xbox is trying to do right now, with a more wide variety of ways to play, like a Series S version, a standard version of the console, and
Yeah.
then you have a hybrid version that is kind of like the current Nintendo Switch. So in essence, technically this would work because this would still give you that closed environment that consoles are known for, but it would be scalable depending on the device you play it on as. So that's what they're looking for. So whether or not it may not be the most powerful hardware out there, but I think they're trying to, looks like they're trying to do that middle ground where they're leaning a lot on AI to kind of bridge the gap. So make it a good experience for across all those devices. So that's my guess.
Have we seen a good implementation of this, or is this just like fully leaning into like the FSR technology and that sort of stuff?
They're kind of already doing it with the PS5 Pro. Like they do have some stronger chipsets in there, but there is a lot of that AI stuff and hardware in there. And it seems like rather than brute force it, more memory, more bandwidth, stronger processing, it's, hey, we can use machine learning and AI to take away some of that load, and it can do all this upscaling and everything.
Yeah,
fills the gap
as we go. So yeah, like Cesar said, it's
so your biggest holdback in gaming, right? That is your pixel shaders. You have to load pixel shaders because you have multiple different devices on PCs, different graphics cards, CPUs, memory, and whatnot. So that is like the biggest holdback right now in PC gaming, is a way to load pixel shaders that doesn't require you to be online all the time. I mean, most of the times if you play a PC game now, there's always some type of pixel shader loading in there. It's not like it doesn't store it. So I think we talked about that previously, where Xbox is working on that FSE experience in the ROG Ally, where they're trying to, in the back end, develop a way to get a general use of pixel shaders that are, that will tie to a game's engine for Unreal Engine 5. That way it just works, right? And then you don't have to worry about stutter and whatnot, because then unfortunately, if it doesn't load all the pixel shaders in the beginning and it keeps streaming throughout the game, then you have issues like Silent Hill F on PC, where you have frame rate drops at certain points because it's loading all that in the background as it changes and updates.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest holdback in PC gaming that keeps it from being a smooth experience. So I mean, I would imagine it would be something along those lines. Is that it's something where it allows you to play on multiple devices. I think that's what they're shooting for. Whether or not that's going to actually happen, I don't know. But it's clear that they're looking at the market, and just doing a standard home console is probably not a good choice, right? Unless you start spreading throughout the multiple devices, unless you develop a way to have multiple devices at different price points. So target different people.
Which is a good solution, right? They've been testing that since the PS4 with having like the Pro models selling alongside the standard. Even though the past couple generations, the cost has gone up as time goes by instead of the cost of the console coming down.
And to give credit to what Brant was saying, is Silent Hill F is also another good one where they have been trying to utilize PSSR, and not really great on the Unreal Engine 5 because it's still not perfect. But when you play Silent Hill F on PS5 Pro, you don't have the illusion of choice, right? You typically go in there and you can do, performance or, resolution.
Yeah.
This is what Cerny has been talking about. His goal was that, the Pro would just give you the best choice, like blur the lines.
Mm-hmm.
So when you play Silent Hill F on a Pro console, there's the only one option. It's kind of like a mixture of the two, and it's supposed to be the best way to play the game. There's still some frame rate issues on there, so it's not something that's perfect, and that's something they've talked about many times with AMD, not particularly in this article, but implementing the FSR4 with PSSR, having those up there and keeping those up to date to bridge the gap on AI and ML. So
NVIDIA is leveraging some of that with the Switch too, right? In more of a traditional sense, like less of the AI
DLSS,
rendering.
Yeah.
Yeah. because they're doing
and
it with
Nvidia's
Star Wars
Nvidia's been doing it the
Outlaws.
longest. Yeah, Nvidia's been doing it the longest.
Yeah.
They've spent the most time with AI. They've done it for a while now, right? It's AMD's been kind of trying to get caught back up on that. So
I listened to this talk in the background. Did they show anything? Was there any like tech demos or anything of? Okay. I mean, I'm still
outside of that,
impressed by tech demos. They still excite me.
I think they said it was going to be a couple years out. There's no definite timeline. The rumors are going around saying 2027 fall. I think Cerny had mentioned a couple times in there, if I'm not mistaken, that this is all conceptual, right? And there's nothing actually built yet. They're just coming up with the concepts at this point.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have actually implemented anything to target what they're hitting on here. It's just all theoretical at this point. So
that'll be 7 years. That seems like pretty close and not that far from the PS5, but it's that damn COVID time compression thing. Like it's been a whole ass generation.
I mean, it's going to be like a lost generation. This one is right outside of the Switch. And
Yeah.
I mean, they've mentioned in the rumors that this is supposed to come out, and PS6 is supposed to be in fall 2027, and that their first party studios are actually making software dedicated to that device that does not run on PS5 supposedly. So that's the rumor going around, that they're trying to remedy that whole like give an actual reason to sell the hardware.
Okay.
So, and my guess is if they're doing that, that would make sense, right? Because if you have different devices at different price points, then you would have it relatively affordable for people to come into your ecosystem, or continue your ecosystem, versus like, all right, you gotta these new games you're gonna play on the $900 console,
Yeah.
which is not gonna fly, so for everybody. So
it's interesting because they've had, I would say this has been the weaker output for both of the big two. Nintendo's always plugging along with their first party stuff, and they have been for 40 years. But it's been the weaker output of first party stuff. Like, I think it was Ghost of Yotai was it for this fall, and we knew that in like March or April, I think we said. It's like that was set.
They said 1 a year, right? And I think technically for now, Death Stranding 2 is for now. It's only a timed exclusive, but they consider that as one on there because they sold that IP back to Kojima. So I think my guess is either like 6 months or a year before you start seeing it on PC and elsewhere. And then Yotai, it's the second game, and I think they've said in their financial reports, like you alluded to, Richard, is that at least one major release a year outside of what was it? Soros and Wolverine are next year, right? So it
The
seems
House Mark and Insomniac.
Yeah, they're keeping up with the 2 a year. So not to mention whatever Corey's working on, after his God of War reboot, that sci-fi game supposedly he's working on. So I mean, there's some games in the pipelines that just, it's like you said, there's not a really huge output from their teams.
It's not. It's not like the PS2 or PS3 or hell, even the PS4. I feel like
the Intergalactic Heretic, or the Heretic game is supposedly supposed to be out next year as well. So I mean, that might be
Naughty Dogs. Oh yeah,
yeah. So you may have 3 games next year. So, but I would imagine a lot of those might end up bleeding over to upgrades on the next console. So
I know that's going to be well optimized for PS5, but I might have to see what that looks like on the Pro if the Pro's not $900 by then. It's close, right, with the disk drive?
I would wager that when certain Twitter personalities drop the refurbs on Woot or Amazon, that's a pretty good deal. Like $600 for the Pro is not bad. And
right.
Those refurbs, most cases are been pretty fresh and new, so that would be the target you want to get, in my opinion. So
it's a good machine to get, and you just pop the cover off and clean it out, and you're getting a new disk drive, right? That used to be the hang up with I remember you swapping PS2 consoles out with me back in the day, but we don't have, it's interchangeable now, so that's a good perk to it. It does have to be online to install that thing, but other than that,
there's a caveat to everything, right?
There's
always a caveat, so,
right?
Unfortunately,
I feel like Insomniac's kind of carrying this console. They're like the Rare of the N64 back then, when Rare was doing all the bangers on the 64 as like a second party sort of deal.
I heard a ding from like Discord. Is everybody still on the channel recording?
Should be. Yeah, I see it.
Yes.
I see Craig in there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good looking out though.
I just see. I did just send y'all something because I mean we're talking about how I had to dig it up as I remember seeing this about a month ago, and you talked about just how PlayStation and really almost all of these companies have kind of pulled back on their first party. This is a list from this year via Sarcana. That is the top selling, the 20 top best selling PlayStation games. And that goes all the way from January 1995 all the way to July 2025.
Oh, this is great.
And what do you see? Because there's two columns here. It's the 20 best.
Yeah.
But there's by dollars and by units.
Yeah.
And far between anything else, it's all third party. Just to go over for our listeners, you've got Grand Theft Auto 5, Minecraft, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and 2, Black Ops Cold War.
Cold War surprising 3. To be that high, right?
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. San
Andreas, all the GTAs are on here.
I'm about to say it's a bunch of GTA, Call of Duty, and then you've got Last of Us, you've got Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales,
God of War 2018. That's it.
And God of War. Those are the only PlayStation games.
Yeah.
Those are the only PlayStation games.
2 Spider-Man titles.
From everything from 1995 to 2025.
Yeah.
That's
a good
crazy.
list. It's all very recent too.
Yes.
Recent-ish. I guess GTA San Andreas is 20 years old at this point.
Yeah.
I also see your games, your garage sale you're going to head to. 5 for 20.
If I see anything good, if it hasn't all been picked over, I'll send y'all a pic and see if y'all are interested in anything too. Know.
Live stream it from there. What is I see this Discord thing too, a data breach. That's not good. I missed that earlier in the chat.
Cesar remarked it's for like the 18 plus. It has to do with IDs.
Oh, if you've uploaded that.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't done that on any sites. I don't know if I want to be tied to anything like that. There's plenty of free stuff out there, people. go find it by other means. What would you do with that on Discord? Are there? I guess there's just servers for different things.
I was about to say there are certain servers where they want to make sure that you're not a bot either. They have to verify identities.
That makes sense.
But
your shit's out there. Nothing's secure. It's all out there. Next,
you know what else is out there? 3 more games
Go ahead,
on NSO,
including the was it the new Revolution? Cesar coined it.
The new Bubsy Renaissance.
The new Bubsy Renaissance.
May the Lord Bubsy bless and keep us in these trying times.
I love going into that. You go on the social media and that when they make that announcement, you have people's like, "Yes, I'm here for the new for more Bubsy," and it's like, "Why does this keep happening?" It's just back and forth. Duality of human beings.
The haters. The haters always going to be there, Cesar.
So it's funny because you always have one person praising it, and then you have the next person talking about their total demise and their lifestyle because they keep trying to make Bubsy into a thing. So
stop trying to make Bubsy into a thing.
Yeah, somebody going into their absolute love for Bubsy, and the other person like, "Why are you like this? Don't do this."
I watched the gameplay of it on this YouTube announcement when they announced these 3 titles. That Bubsy looks pretty good. Is this a good Bubsy?
Doesn't look bad.
Cesar amongst all the Bubsy canon.
The best one out of all of them.
Best of the Bubsies.
Oh, high praise.
Well, and I say that until today they just released Bubsy 4D demo, and I was playing that earlier, and it's actually pretty damn good. So I don't know, man. Bubsy 4D might be
The best
it
of the
goes a
Bubsies.
lot into that. Yeah, it goes a lot into its own bullshit and makes fun of itself. And I'm like, and it
Okay.
plays competently well as a
That's good.
platformer.
Okay.
So I have high hopes for this Bubsy 40 next year. So
Cool.
Hell yeah.
The demo's already out and it comes out next year.
yeah, I think I got a notification after like I sent something to Richard earlier that I was on a play test for a Souls-like game that I like don't remember signing up for.
Yeah.
I guess it's this weekend.
Okay.
And I had access for it, which I need to probably download it now before I can actually try it. And then I got another email today like, "Hey, Bubsy 40 demo out now, download now." And I was like, oh, "Okay, sure." And I did that, and I just loaded it up on the Steam Deck, and it hit 60 frames per second. So, and I turned on FSR4,
Fantastic.
put on the high settings, and it the humor's there. It makes fun of itself. I like it. So Bubsy's back.
Bubsy's back. You heard it here first,
Bubsy's
folks.
back.
They even made fun of itself, like, yeah, your so-called third game, your 3D adventure. It's like, yeah, it may like there's little tongue-in-cheek stuff in there, so like
Yeah.
where they're giving shit for their own games. So
I mean, you have to,
like this,
right?
yeah. That 3D game was really bad. So
There were some missteps in that 3D transition.
so.
Yeah. We don't get those experiments anymore. Is Bubsy 3D going to be on that collection? The Pawsome or Awesome or whatever they called it?
It is included on there, yeah.
It is on
so.
there? Is that out?
Yeah.
The Bubsy collection?
Digitally, yes. I think it's like $20 on Steam,
Oh.
$20 on console. The physical copies, I think the pre-orders end this weekend, but you're looking at paying double if you're going to get the physical copy because I think it's like $34.99. Digital's like $20. So
Kind of like Gex. The Gex trilogy.
For SSR, I'm supporting it. I'm getting it physical.
Getting a physical
I
Bubsy.
have also plunged those waters of the Lake Minnetonka. So
I think Bubsy was pre-ordered like almost a month ago.
Okay. He's all in. We're leading the new Bubsy renaissance.
As Richard has alluded to, my copy of Gex had appeared this week as well. So
Oh,
you gonna stream some Gex? Gex trilogy.
I've bought Gex on Steam as well because I think it was $20 for the trilogy. So I've already been playing it. So I played it like maybe months ago. I think I've also done the same for Fear Effect, which I think is one of my favorite games from the PlayStation 1 era. So I won that one, but I've also purchased physical copies of that one. Fear Effect is like really cheap. It's like $10. So
heck yeah.
It's not bad.
I like FMVs, man. I like adventure games, so that was a no-brainer for me. And I've played the originals on the PS1 back in the day, so it was.
I was about to say they made 2 of those for PS1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First one was the OG game, and then the second one was more like I want to say, if I remember correctly, it was like a prequel. So then they were supposed to do a remake of the first one, and then that got canceled. So and then this is where we're at. So.
Oh yeah, I remember when that was announced. I think we talked about it on here. Because it got a spiritual successor or like a Switch PS4 sequel.
It was like a roguelike, remember? That was kind of like what they did with Tomb Raider on that weird offshoot. So it was like Sedena or something like that, where it was like, oh, they used the IP and the characters, but it was like a top-down game. It wasn't in the true spirit of what the original 2 games were, which more of a action adventure, choose your own path, puzzle solving. It was kind of like a mixture of a lot of like Resident Evil type S puzzle solving and stuff like that, and with a unique battle system. So they did use a lot of sex appeal at the time to kind of sell that game, which was interesting from the PS1 era where they were heavily playing stuff like that. So.
All right. Brant, what games are we getting on Nintendo Switch Online? Is this for Plus or regular?
This is regular, I believe. Yeah, regular.
No N64 games. Bubsy 64.
You get your Bubsy in-clause encounters of the furred kind.
Oh.
Fatal Fury special, and the Mario and Wario. It's a Japanese game that actually never made it over here. It's a puzzle-based game where you like lead Mario around. It uses the mouse, which is why we never got it over here.
Which is crazy because we did get the mouse, so it was possible. We got it with Mario Paint.
And they do say that, yeah, because it never released on the Virtual Console since it used the mouse. Like, I figured they could have put it on the Wii U and you could have, like, used the stylus.
Yeah, or the DS.
So,
DS would have been a good entry method, touch method, control method.
But obviously for Switch 2, it's going to have mouse controls. If you're OG Switch, you can always just plug a USB mouse in there and have it work.
I need to try this one out. This has been on my list for a long, long time.
It's a Game Freak game, pre Pokemon Game Freak game.
Super polished, first party from Super Famicom. I'm still shocked we never got it. It's crazy.
That happened a lot though, and there was,
it did.
A lot of games Europe got that we never got either. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Terranigma.
Still waiting on Mother 4.
Still waiting on Mother 3 officially, right?
Mother 3.
Yeah. Mother 60, Earthbound 64. This is the cool thing with these services, right? Is that we get, from time to time, we'll get a special thing like this that's never been released in our region before. Hopefully that opens the door to the likes of Terranigma or Mother 3, that'd be really cool. A good way for them to get that out there too and not have to do an official release or put it in a direct and send it to Walmart and, get a physical SKU out there on the shelves. For something simple, I guess. I would, I know we've discussed this before, but I would pay for a physical copy of some of these collections. Like even year one, Super Nintendo Online. Here's everything on a cart. But that's the preservationist in me.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's a great service. Hey, all of a sudden that value looks really, really good too, doesn't it?
You have Hamster who's doing that for you with the arcade archives for Neo Geo. So I mean, they're volume 9 and 10. So I mean, they've almost done that whole library on physical. So it can be done.
Those are great emulated copies of those games too. A lot of those we never got until these versions. Hamster. All right, that's it for Nintendo Switch Online. Last but not least, not from Megan Spur. This comes from Andy Robinson of VGC, VideoGamesChronicle.com. Xbox reveals October's Game Pass games. Because everybody's excited about Game Pass right now, right?
Well, I mean, there is a pretty exciting game coming to Game Pass. So.
Yeah, it's
Microsoft and so funny, man. You have like all this excitement. You should be writing it with the new ROG Ally, and then they're like, "Oh, let me throw out this other news."
Yeah,
it's like they always want to keep it like neutral for whatever reason. So
right.
It's interesting.
There's almost a push-pull between Microsoft. It's like they're constantly trying to shed Xbox as a thing. Like they're embarrassed of them, or I don't know exactly how it comes down. And we've heard about potential sell-offs in the past and stuff, but and you have to remember it's been a week since all this news came out. Microsoft is doing fine. It's you have to come to grips with like, are you going to be playing Microsoft games somewhere? Xbox is legit just turning into a platform. You can't be nostalgic about having a box that says Xbox underneath your TV. They're going to make everything an Xbox, and you're just going to subscribe to the service, just like Windows. I think Cesar's been warning of this for 5 or 6 years.
That's Microsoft for you, man. They tend to provide services. So, I mean, like, there's a lot of rumors going around. Like, some of them, like, that sneaker guy has been pretty accurate. He's the one with the, the 4 games coming out, and there was going to be more. And he mentioned that, like, some people ran with it and said, "Oh, they're not making consoles anymore." And he never said that. He said his words were, "The next console's plans are up in the air." It doesn't. Yeah. It never said that they weren't making it. They just like they're not sure now. And then he also mentioned like there's, as Richard alluded to, they're moving away from the Xbox naming. They're just like Microsoft Gaming is what they're calling themselves eternally. It's like they don't even refer to themselves as Xbox internally anymore. So it's like at some point they're going to rebrand to just Microsoft Gaming, and that you're going to come through and they're only going to milk out their major franchises, kind of like what everybody else is kind of doing right now. Like a lot of that freedom that they have on there with all those IPs they own are not going to be made. I always love those people on the social medias, like, for the love of God, just sell Rare back to Nintendo, Microsoft. Like, that's what.
What is Rare? That's been 25 years now. What is Rare at this point?
Right? That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing with it. So.
Which is on everything now. They were, and then all they did on the 360 generation was become an Avatar studio and Connect Studio. I don't know.
But as Richard has alluded to here, and Brant, I mean, we have some big games coming out this month.
Yeah.
Some big first party ones. So I mean, so far your Game Pass October games. I think most of these are starting to trickle through. Is Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Gate 2 Enhanced Editions for PC. You have the casting of Frank Stone coming out in 4 days, which is a spin-off of Dead for Daylight. It's something they created a single-player campaign for that's not in that game. You have and that's coming to you know what? So many of them on here.
Yeah,
so
there's a shit ton.
Premium and PC Game Pass. So you have Ball Pit, which is also coming to Cloud Console PC. All right, some of these I'm gonna throw out a disclaimer here because we'll be here all night. So I mean, we mentioned last week that they split up their tiers and renamed them something a la kin to what Sony's doing. So please look up where these games are coming to. They're not coming to everything. So unless duly noted that I mentioned that maybe if they're moving to a lower tier after a while. So you also have the Grinch Christmas Adventures. You have Eternal Strands, which is also he is coming, whatever that is now with Game Pass Premium.
You liked Eternal Strands, right? You spent some time with it?
Yes. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. If you do like those action RPGs. The Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which is going to be important later. Hot Day. Keeper. Evil West, me and Richard's game that we always got on every platform, and we're supposed to do co-op, but never got around to it. And then I
have 90 copies of Evil West.
Yeah. And then Ninja Gaiden 4 is probably your biggest one, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be your big tier one. I feel like, did Outer Worlds get pushed back? I could have sworn Outer Worlds was also coming out this month, but they didn't mention this at all outside of it going gold earlier today. So
must have. Maybe it's November, like early November.
Felt like it was supposed to come out this month, and maybe you're right. Maybe they ended up pushing it back for something. I don't.
That Double Fine game looks really good too. Keeper, where it's like the lighthouse with legs. Thing looks awesome. If I'm thinking of the right one, right?
It is. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yep. I mean, Double Fine. I'm a huge Double Fine fan. Everything I've played all their stuff, and
it's good stuff.
Everyone's a bopper, man. I don't think I've played a bad Double Fine game. So
they're an Xbox studio, right? They're in that umbrella.
They are.
This is the part that sucks. This is what sucks. They bought up all those companies. Come on, do something with them.
I mean, we don't know. We were just hearing hearsay, right? So it doesn't mean it actually go the way we're hearing, right? So
yeah.
It's just,
leaving Game Pass soon are Cocoon, Core Keeper, not to be confused with Keeper, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed.
Not a Cocoon with Steve Guttenberg?
Or Wilford Brimley?
So that's actually something I've also heard. I don't know if you gentlemen have come across this, but some people are finding that if you remember with Ultimate, you would have certain deals on games,
off,
like discounts.
Mm-hmm. Keep playing,
and
you're gonna go off your score and keep playing.
Yeah,
some of those deals, it's like it's not completely gone, but it's like some of those games that you used to get deals on with Ultimate are like non-existent anymore.
That perk is gone for certain titles.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like what Brent said. I think that, and I think a lot of your free expansion stuff that were given, like, oh yeah, extra, skins for Overwatch 2. That's also
Go to the
slowly begin to
wayside.
sunset. I'm assuming like
Yeah.
those deals that everybody used to get, like 3 months of Discord or Nitro
Crunchyroll.
Plus or Crunchyroll. They made it sound like those little perks are not. I mean, they're not going to be there as often. I imagine you'll probably get them every so often because that's just what subscription-based services do. But it's not going to be like every month. So I mean, they're definitely in the point where they're cutting costs, right? So try to increase revenue. So which makes everything super complicated because I was hoping we all do four-person co-op for Black Ops 7. So hopefully nobody's subscriptions are running out anytime soon. So we can actually do that.
I know Bleach
I still
adjusted
plan to.
his. I'm not sure if he turned off auto renew or how that works, but I think I'm good till like March or April.
Okay.
Brand, are you still in it for now?
For now, because I still plan to Black Ops campaign for sure. After that, I was
Yeah.
gonna see exactly how long, because I might be at this point now month to month. But I'm with you. I'm like, do I drop down to the premium, or do I just go the essential route, or do I just say, well, I don't really play it that much at all?
It's now to the point where I have colleagues at work who do this on a yearly basis with like Netflix and stuff like that, where they do not have this subscription and wait specifically until the end of the holidays when they have a little bit more free time.
Yeah.
And go all in November and December, and then gorge themselves, and then proceed to cancel it in January and be like, all right, that was fun while it lasted, and I'm just gonna go on my life until next November. So
this has crossed over from that. I'll pay for this, or I'll find a good deal on like an annual subscription, which you can't do anymore, right?
And you can go and get the cards. The cards are still out.
You can get the physical cards at GameStop and Target and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
But it crossed over from that.
Just be wary. I don't mean to interrupt, but be wary that Target's. I've seen people on social media says Target's refuse to sell them. It comes up as their point of sale system is not sellable. So just an FYI, be careful where you go.
GameStop's advertising that hey, we still got these things.
I'm assuming they're staying committed until they sell through stock. So
yeah, I saw them at a local Walmart as well. So plenty.
Just be worried. Yeah, it may not sell because you know how some of those retailers are like, oh, I can't sell this.
Yeah,
it flags it in their system.
I asked I was at a local Walmart and people had gotten Battlefield early, right? So I see where it's supposed to go, and the guy was like, "Can I help you find something?" I was like, "Well, if Battlefield was here, I was thinking about grabbing a copy." He's like, "No, it's street dated for I guess it was Friday. I guess it was today." He's like, "Even if I had it, I can't ring it up, and I don't even have it yet." I was like, "Okay, that's more information than I had before." It's not Walmart breaking street date, at least this one. No, but what I was getting at is the Game Pass price increase. I know we're kind of beating this horse over and over, but it's a huge topic in gaming industry, right? And we've streamed a lot of Xbox stuff over the years. We've used that platform pretty extensively on our show. But it's left that realm of this is a good value and I'll keep paying this, and maybe I'll get a deal from time to time on it. But to like, this is a cost, like this is a bill, like phone bill, you have to, my phone bill is less than $30 a month for my data plan and everything. So where does that fall in? People have to think about that kind of stuff. Or you, like Cesar says, you binge that. You don't plan for that $360 a year. You plan for, let's play through the Call of Duty campaign in November, December. And then whatever games have come out that year, or there's a big, Perfect Dark comes out in April and we're going to play that, but that got canceled. So there's another argument. You don't have these games coming out to prop up that need for the subscription. And the things the things I would keep it for is to play multiplayer with you guys, like to play Old Man Halo and stuff. But we have other ways to do that now.
It's like you said. I mean, if Brand knows he's got a vacation coming up in July, and he's doing a staycation, he's like, you know what? I'll play some games this week. I'll go ahead and do that then.
Reactivate.
So, again, falling back on Sarcana, I saw this while I was building news. Didn't throw it in here, and it just got brought up organically. There's a Sarcana report that, according to some surveying they did, players in the United States only buy 1 or 2 games a year. And this is according to the data. 18% of players in the US buy a new video game about once every 6 months, while 12% buy one about once a year. Where they found 33% of players buy a new game less often than once a year, meaning that 63% of players buy 2 games or fewer a year.
I feel like I would want to see that broken down by age too. What does that look like age demographic wise? That would be a fun breakdown of that.
But I think in a year's time or 2 years' time, that's going to look a lot different now that all those subscription services have gone up, because a lot of people have gotten used to, oh, well, I just use, like you were talking about earlier in the pre-show, where people are buying up CDs, where most people are like, I'll just use, Spotify or Pandora or, Apple Music. And, I'm sure the same thing with kids or high school, college kids are like, I'll just use Game Pass. Why would I have to go buy all these games? I'll just, pay $20 a month, and then I get all these games. And now it's, I really only wanted FIFA, or I only wanted Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
I
don't play Fortnite.
Let me just buy Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
On the shows, like my cousin, her husband only asked him why he has an Xbox, and I was like, you get X for Game Pass? He's like, no. He's like, I mean, that's just what he kind of just always played it on. And it's like, I was like, you sure you don't want to do Game Pass at the time when it was cheap? It's like, it's only X amount of dollars. He's like, nah, man, I only play one game. It's like, I just buy the new Madden every year. That's it. That's only $60 I spend. So
I know some Madden Call of Duty players in that same vein. That's it. Maybe some MLB The Show mixed in now, since that came to Xbox as well.
Because even that value didn't stand up to him. He's like, $14 or $20 a month. He's like, it's like it's $200, $240 a year. He's like, I only spend $60. So I was like, I'm good.
And he just needs to chat with people online, right? Or pay to play online. I do that subscription.
Don't even know if he does that. So
okay, don't even need that. Yeah, they're making me lean that way, and I never would have thought that was the direction it was going.
It's like to bring up what you said. I mean, I don't think there's anything day and date I would have to buy day one on Xbox at this moment. They got a lot of games coming out. I'm not trying to knock them for it, but there's nothing outside of like what you said. I mean, the few times that we played Master Chief Collection, the only concerning thing is like how will we do that with a friend of the show, Buish, because you can't do online on Steam Deck. So.
Yeah.
There's no way to do it. There's not a fix for that since then.
No, it runs anti-cheat, so you take a chance that you're going to ban your gamer tag if they find out. Just an FYI, don't do it.
Yeah.
You would think they would fix that. Maybe we do some research and see if we can get around that somehow.
The fix will be playing it locally. Do it online. It's
that can be arranged. Local can be arranged.
Doing an online anti-cheat, I would not recommend, because if you circumvent the anti-cheat, your gamer tag will be circumvented.
Put you on the naughty list.
Yeah. So long as you don't mind losing that, or if you just want to keep creating new gamer tags that you don't mind being thrown away. So.
Or that route.
So somehow they'll ban your copy somehow, but who knows?
Ban your Steam Deck.
Kind of like how they ban consoles. So.
Lock it down. That's it for news. We made it, boys. I'm sure we'll be talking about more Xbox stuff next week. See where that stands. I'm gonna start off with some games acquired. I only have 2. We got the remastered Dynasty Warriors 3 announcement. What was that during? The State of Play? I believe. Yes, because it was coming to PlayStation and PC, I think. So, you guys know I'm a big original Xbox collector. I did not have any of the Dynasty Warriors for the original Xbox. When Buish and I were playing couch co-op a couple months ago, we were playing one of my PS2 copies. And there's another one on the way, or maybe it might be in the mailbox. But Dynasty Warriors 3, 4, and 5 came out for the original Xbox. So, I've got Dynasty Warriors 4, which I think is considered the best of those of that generation. But I'm really excited for that remaster of 3. I love some old school Dynasty Warriors. And then this one's also for Buish. During the Amazon big deal days, or whatever they were calling it, Prime days, they had a used like new copy of Pokemon Scarlet. And I grabbed that because this recently got all the upgrades for Switch 2, right? But it came sealed, and makes me nervous that it might be a fake cartridge or something somebody sent. That has never happened to me like it did Cesar's copy of Topspin randomly a tennis game. But I still need to pop it in and get it to update and just make sure it's confirmed that it's a copy.
I don't think we've hit that wall yet with fake Switch cartridges outside of just the googly eyes. So
yeah, I'm still opening all my stuff.
I've not seen that. DS, Game Boy Advance, yes.
Yeah.
But Switch, no, because I think that's ecosystem's pretty locked down. You have to be a wizard to. I mean, look at that. You have to have the MIG cartridge, right? And then they shut that down. So that was the only workaround to do like a fake cartridge based stuff, and that was tough for them to do, So I think you'll be okay. I think your worst fear would be you open it up and there's googly eyes in there. That's
okay.
That would be the worst fear.
So I'm probably past it since it's not googly eyes.
Yeah.
You're good.
You'll be fine. Unless I take that back, Richard. I take that back. You do bring up a valid point. Unless somebody took that cover art and put it on Balan Wonderland, and when you pop it in there, it is Balan Wonderland. That's the only thing I've seen.
That's my fear.
You're right. But it's a legit copy of a Switch game, right? It's not like a pirated copy.
There's something in there.
They force you to buy a copy of Balan Wonderland. So
I think I have it for PS5. I got it when it was like $5 or $10 when we were all joking about it.
Purchased it on PS5 when it was like $5. $5.
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I've been opening all my stuff since all this madness has started. Like, I opened the 4K Blu-rays, especially to redeem the digital codes. So there were some really good sales on that over the past week. I got some movies acquired. Games played. I am back playing Final Fantasy X. I'm gonna beat this game at some point. It's just so fucking good. I forget every time I fire it up. I'm just like, it's cozy, it's comfortable. The characters grow together. The music's great. The battle's great. Battle system's great. I tried. So here's what you guys know. My last save file was like right at Blitzball, right? So I queue it up, and it's the training thing, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm not gonna win it anyway. So I skip past that. Yuna gets kidnapped by the Albed. So you're on this. You guys have played the game, and I've talked about it over the years. You're on this summoning voyage. It's like a trip that the crew is taking. And they're in this port town of Luca, trying to evade sin. But there's a Blitzball tournament. And I dread this Blitzball minigame every time. It's a forced. You have to go through this. You have to play at least the first one. And I've never won this thing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to leverage the power of ChatGPT and see if I can get past this point. But before that, Yuna gets kidnapped, so you have this little side. Like I didn't go straight into Blitzball. I skipped a little tutorial thing, and I actually got some gameplay in there. So we rescue Yuna, and then here we go. I'm in the fucking Blitzball game. I'm telling ChatGPT, like, all right, here's the lineup. And they're like, oh, okay, it looks like you're in the first tournament in Luca. This is like early to midway through the game. Well done. Later, you could recruit more players. Would you like a breakdown of what players to recruit? And I'm like, no, I just want to fucking win this one. I'm chatting with it back and forth. They told me who to mark, like assign this Blitzball player to the. I guess we need an explanation for Blitzball. It's like soccer in a water dome. Like these characters swim, and then you have this. It doesn't make any sense to me. You come up against somebody, and it's a break. You either break through them or you can pass. And no matter what I do, when I pass, they're going to jump up and grab the ball, and it sucks. I fucking hate every second of it. This went to 2 overtimes. I've never won, but I've never lost this slowly before. I went to 2 overtimes, and I'm thinking, this is it. There's a chance I'm going to win this for old Waka. Waka's trying to go out on top, and they scored in like 10 seconds into that second overtime, and I was like, God damn it. And at first I thought, because I was like, it went out, it was tied, or 0-0 at the end of regulation. I was like, maybe this counts. Maybe I get some sort of thing for Waka for surviving. And it's like, nope, straight into overtime. I don't think I've ever scored a goal, so that's part of it for me. This is just the furthest I've gotten without keeping them from scoring. So I got past that, and now I'm on the Mihan High Road. So I'm headed to like the Chocobo Eater and the Chocobos and all that stuff. But it's just good. I love the music. I love the turn-based battle system. How fast it goes from you moving around with the characters into that battle system. And it's very simple. Like if something's flying, Waka throws the ball at it, but you could swap people in and out. This is the first one where you could do that, right? Like mid-battle. You can, my party's got like 7 or 8 people at this point. I've got everybody but Riku, I think. But you could swap people out depending on what the battle is going to be like. And it's just good. I love that game. I messed around with I hooked the NES up again, and I will mindlessly play some levels of Super Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers 3. And I did that again since I talked about it last week. I just like popping those in and playing them. But then we all played some games together last weekend. We all streamed. We need to copy that repo playthrough down before it expires. It was what, 7 days from Twitch?
No, I'm gonna let that expire because I let some
That's right.
information.
That's right. Yep.
Came through.
Yep. Okay, we'll catch the next one. But join us when we stream. I think we're gonna get back to Saturday nights again pretty regularly, right? We started with Left 4 Dead 2 with friend of the show Buish. We're trying a new PC streaming style setup. Cesar had to end up streaming from his like built-in software, and I'll take some time maybe tomorrow and try to figure out how to get OBS to do a screen capture properly. It was really my technical inefficiency to get that up and going last week, but we got the content out there.
Yeah.
And it was fun. The Left 4 Dead 2 was a lot of fun. What killed it for us? We played about an hour and then we got super into the level and died, and then it was going to start us back too far. I was already thinking like, oh God, I don't want to do this part again. And Cesar was like, all right, guys, what's the play here? And I'm like, let's get out of this thing. I don't want to do this. And then Cesar, you randomly had seen someone streaming or something, this repo game. And
there's a lot of VTubers I've frequently watched that as repo is a common game that's streamed between those groups. So,
and I think that was the joy of Steam, because we were all playing on our PCs, and you sent us this game we never heard of, and we download it, and we're playing within like 10 minutes, and we're all still in that same party and trying to figure out this game and still streaming it and everything. And that was repo was very, very good.
I think what you're alluding to is like Steam is a very valuable platform for ecosystem on an open ecosystem, right? It's not being closed. It made it super, super easy. Created a chat group, voice group, able to jump in and out. Outside of maybe some people fell out sometimes, but that didn't happen too often. So
that was kind of random. So I was reading. I guess we should talk about repo. You play these characters, like these trash can looking characters of different color persuasions, and it's super full of charm. Like when you're in the lobby, the heads are talking. Like when the person talks, you see the head talking, and the eyes will like look up and down in the lobby at whoever's speaking. I thought that was a great touch, very Nintendo-esque touch, I thought. But you are in this spooky house level. Like we were in a lab at one point, we were in a mansion, we were in a school like Hogwarts. I think Cesar called it, we're in Hogwarts at one point. But you try to grab these valuables and avoid these monsters, and take the valuables back to the lift, and then everybody get out, and then you can use those valuables to buy upgrades to try to survive the next part and upgrade your stamina, which I never saw anything above 40. We were all stuck at 40 on the stamina. The only thing that really worked was the health upgrade, right? Or the health that would give you, that would refill your hearts. God, we had so much fun with that. I want to do that again Saturday. We can do the Brant game, but I also want to try out some repo. Where I was going with this is I was reading a little bit of the wiki, because Brant was in the wiki like telling us what some of the enemies would do, because they all behave differently. Some are like line of sight where they'll shoot you if they see you. Some are, if you speak into the microphone, they'll hear you and go after you. We were in a party chat the whole time, right? The game natively is only prox chat. So it seemed like I died a lot, and I was able to help like pivot my camera around and tell people like, hey, there's somebody coming, you might want to duck, that sort of thing. That wouldn't have worked that way. And we also wouldn't have known, like, Brand, if you were down the hallway ways away from me and Cesar, you were in another room, we wouldn't be able to hear each other or warn each other or anything. We'd have to be in the same spot. So it's prox chat for us too. So
that's the way that most of the streamers play, right? So most of them don't do research ahead of time. They take the hits and die. That's how they figure out, like, oh, if I do this, they find me. And then two, they use the prox chat. So because it's always a guess on, like, is so and so still alive? That's usually what I hear. So
oh, they don't even know that shit.
Yeah, because I mean, if you die off somewhere, you won't know if you're not close by, and then once you're dead, they can't hear you. So
that's true. That's true. You can't warn them that some monster's coming after them. Man, I laugh so much. I love laughing and playing games. It's always a good time.
So I had seen some YouTubers play this before, and my son actually really likes this game, and he was telling me the other day that they're about to do an update fairly soon to where when you die, your head will actually have a certain amount of battery, and you'll be able to like move to try and get yourself closer to either your teammates or the extraction point.
Oh, that's
and also
useful.
you'll still be able to like talk for a very limited amount of time too, to where you could,
till the battery runs out.
Yeah, you could either tell your teammates, "Hey, I'm over here. I died," or you can do that just to like yell or to distract, whatever enemy might be nearby.
That's pretty cool. So, like Brant was saying, when your character gets killed, it's just your head left there, and everybody has to come recover your head and throw you back in the goodie sled or whatever that thing is that you put all the treasures and stuff in. And it's not as simple as throwing the treasures in that bin and walking it back to the lift. If you pick a trophy up off the wall, you bump that trophy into the table or something, it loses value really quickly. Like you see the monetary amount just draining. It'll be worth $1,500 or something, and you bump a table and you lose $300, and you're like, damn it. I watched Buish try to pick up a plate, and it was on like the bottom of a bookcase, and he just kind of lifted it straight up and just shattered. He lost the whole thing. It was like a $2,000 plate, and it just went to shambles. It was funny though. It wasn't aggravating, I don't want to get aggravated. I want to laugh and have a good time, and it was just nonstop with that game. I felt I could see us playing that one a bunch. But that's it for me. Jamming with you guys on Left 4 Dead 2 Repo, both of those via Steam, and some Final Fantasy X via the PlayStation 2.
For me, I'm going to be brief. I dabble in a lot of things, but I'm not going to sit here all night and talk about it or talk about my stuff acquired, which was, I'm looking at the couple stacks over here, which is a pretty good stack. But
bountiful.
Outside of that, because I did partake in that Amazon Prime sale, so I did jump on random $10 game, $10 game, $10 game.
Was there any? I didn't see many good game deals. What did you grab specifically game wise? I didn't see a ton.
I think what was it? Piranha Bytes, which was made by the Shibuya Scramble guy. That's been on my list. That was like $12. That Insurgency was like $10. That was that weird Middle Eastern shooter game.
Yeah. Sandstorm.
That was like $10 as well. So it's like anything that was like $10. It's like, I looked at it. I don't think I paid much more than $10 from there. So it's got a handful worth of stuff. I wasn't in it for the movies, kind of like I think that's most of your focus was on.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, I've talked about earlier in the show. I won't go over it again. I have been playing the Bubsy 4D demo. I am not a low-key fan of the Bubsy games, as well as a Double Dragon game, since we do have a Double Dragon game come out later this month. I'm looking forward to. But
only you.
Yep, that's why I like it. So outside of that, I did go ahead and push an update through my ROG, and now officially got a full screen FSE running on there properly. And it runs pretty well. So I do notice a boost in frame rate on certain games. I think System Shock System Shock 1, the re-release, is the one I've used as a kind of a test where I had to go in there and launch it on the ROG and ended up getting like sub 30, and then I went into the ROG. There's a site dedicated to ROG where you can kind of gives you ideas on how to make changes. Got it up to like 40, 50, and then I think I went in there and just did the little. There's like a little insider channel you can join to get on 25H2, and you have to go into the registry and make changes, and then you can enable FSE, which is basically all that is that it fires up Windows without all the other processes running, right? It just puts on there what you need to run the game. It's similar to what kind of like what Steam does with Steam OS. So you don't have all these tasks and everything that are running when you just want to play games that are eating up system memory and CPU and RAM. So it's something that they kind of designed to coincide to release with the ROG Xbox, and then they were going to like kind of just let that slide out to other devices in like different stages. But naturally it's Windows, so somebody found a way to get around that and make the modification. So if you do have that, then I suggest that it does help. It might not be any different than you manually going in there and turning off all startup apps. So that also helps. So enable that, play some Bubsy. I think console wise, I've put majority of my time into Mario Galaxy, the recently released ones. So specifically the first one.
I played some Galaxy too. Yeah.
I mentioned to you guys before that, I forgot how good Galaxy 1 is. I've beaten it before. I've never played 2. I bought it used from like a Blockbuster for like $14.99. Never played it. I think it still has the $14.99 sticker on there from Blockbuster.
Like that.
On the case. But I was like, man, I forgot how good this game is. And I don't know if it's because I had the burnout when, the Wii was out. I was kind of over the motion gimmick. It was fun for like the first year, and then I slowly just saw myself gravitating towards, PS3 and 360 because it's like, I prefer the, just sitting down and playing something.
That was a lot of people. So,
yeah. Until Sony and Microsoft started doing bullshit too. And I was like, all right, this is a weird generation. But yeah, the whole ordeal is, you definitely tell like playing Super Mario Galaxy, that it is definitely an evolution, more so in my opinion, of Super Mario 64 than it was Mario Sunshine, which Mario Sunshine is kind of like a diversion, right? That was more of a it was more closer to open world because you had that whole plaza, you can go in there and complete different tasks.
Yeah.
This one, Mario Galaxy, was more of a 64 based one where you go to a terrace and you pick a galaxy and you pick a planet and you have different stars for different objectives in there, and you have hidden stars, and you have stars that are speed runs for different comets that go through there. So like it was more along those lines of like a truer successor to Super Mario 64. So I know Richard has mentioned before that him and I think a friend of the show, Russell, has beaten Sunshine. I have not. So I haven't played I wish most people would call the Majora's Mask of Mario games, is that one.
So it had challenge levels where they took that water backpack thing off of you, and that's kind of what Galaxy is based off of. Because those challenge levels were a lot of fun, and it felt good to not be in that water backpack sometimes. Like, all right, this is like a GameCube Mario 64, like you're alluding to. It's good. So Galaxy's really good.
Yeah. I'm having, like I said, I'm going through it again. I'm having a lot of fun. I think mainly I've played handheld, and then I think I've went to the dock and just went and did with the Joy-Cons out, and I think that's my preferred method.
Okay.
Just because it's easier to get the star bits. It's easier to do some of the motion controls when you grab the trees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not to say it's impossible on handheld, and it's not like it's not playable on handheld. But for me, I've enjoyed it a little bit more on that one. I think I got more annoyed when I've done using the Joy-Cons as like more of the traditional Wiimote one. And then when I do get a break in between, like at certain times of work and stuff like that, where I try to do the handheld mode, and I was like, there's certain levels where it's like, I hate this. because it's like I have to do the gyroscope to get them to aim in certain areas, and it misses. I'm dying, and I'm like, you know what? I already want to just put it on a table and play it this way. But then at that point, it defeats the purpose for me because it's make it into a thing. I don't have
It's
a lot
not
of time.
handheld. Yeah.
I typically, it's the end of a lunch. I got like 10 minutes. I don't, I can't be sitting there and playing something, and my boss is like, "Yeah, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm on lunch." It's still not a good look, especially at my location. It's like, yeah, you can do what you want in your lunch, but there's still certain things that are considered taboo, right? So
that the gyroscope, like you're talking about, of getting the star bits, that thing never stays centered for me. Like I'm always constantly centering, tapping R to center that thing to try to get those star bits.
I'm doing like the hidden. I'm doing like the hidden stars now, and I think there's one where you have to do the web, where you fight the giant spider, the Kumo, and then there's like a challenge level where you have to like fling yourself across as you have cannons going across the screen.
Okay.
And it wants you to use the gyroscope to do that, and I see myself like circling the map, trying to get myself centered up there with the handheld, and then just hitting a bomb, and then just falling off and dying, and then losing 5 lives. And I was like, you know what, I just play this later. It makes me not want to play it.
Yeah.
So, it may be something that I just need to get used to, or there might be some settings I need to tweak in there. But I think I've just come to the point where I've genuinely enjoyed just doing it through the Joy-Cons, mimicking the Wii. So that's just my take on there. It's cool that you have other ways of playing it. So I've yet to play it with like a Pro Controller, which I'm assuming would alleviate a lot of that probably.
Yeah.
So the cool thing is there's many ways you can play this game, right? You're not forced to play it a certain way when it came out in the Wii. Like, oh, you have to play it like this.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of like Skyward Sword that they re-released on Switch, where it modernized the controls. But it didn't take away the old ones either. You could play with both.
Yeah. Because I think don't remember which way I did on that one. I'm pretty sure at some point I did both.
I think you did a mix because they were all intuitive. Even the Pro Controller was intuitive.
I was fine with it. So, but yeah, outside of that, like I said, I've dabbled in a lot of games here. We'll be here all night if I talk about like how many hours of Infinite Undiscovery I played. I just don't feel like talking about it. So nobody brings up Infinite Undiscovery from the 360.
I'm intrigued. I'm immediately intrigued. What are you playing it on?
Series consoles, Series X. It's a 360 game, so
I didn't know it was backwards compatible. Interesting.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm having a good time with it. Yeah, but outside of that, that's it. I'll pass it over to Brant. Like I said, I'm really tired and I want to go to bed. So.
Well, you're in luck, because I haven't played a damn thing.
Damn it, Brant! And you're scouting out more games to buy. Who would do such a thing? Play the games you own.
Someone with
that's what I keep trying to tell myself.
Backlog.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what our parents told us when we were kids, right? Yeah, play. I already bought your game. Play that. I beat it already.
That one sucks. It's Bubsy 3D. Speechless.
I mean, that's personal choice, right? Like I like Bubsy games. I like Double Dragon games. It doesn't shock me when people don't like something I don't like. So.
Oh, it's just cracking on Bubsy 3D. My game that I picked that was like that was Toy Story for the Game Boy. Awful pick. And I was stuck. That was my Christmas game, and I was stuck with that for 6 months.
I just don't know if I ever sat there, and I don't have that affinity to sit there and be like, oh, I can't think of a game off the top of my head that I like. I absolutely will not play it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one, but I don't think I have that. So.
Same.
At least not yet.
You haven't found it. Is that it, Brant? Nothing? Games acquired? Any games acquired?
Besides gaming with y'all.
Yeah.
Just one. Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah. That cover art looks nice. Did it come with a booklet or anything? I can't remember if the physical came with anything.
It has a little pamphlet in here for Final Fantasy Online, as well as a little fold out here. That's... Oh, I don't want to tear it. The job tree.
Like a guide for that?
And the back has...
I played a little bit.
The job,
oh yeah, that's nice.
It's the job tree, and it's set up with either the remastered sprites or like the classic sprites.
Yeah. I played maybe 1 or 2 more battles in that. It hasn't clicked with me yet. It hadn't gotten there. Story's good, voice acting's good, graphics are amazing. I've got to wrap my head around some of the tactical gameplay of it. It's well done though. I was enjoying my time with it. It's my Steam Deck game. I've got like a game on this handheld, and a game on this handheld, and a game on this handheld. It's funny. All right, is that it for us?
Whatever works, right?
Yeah, whatever works. However you get to your games, play your games.
Yep, I think that's it though.
All right. Thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.